everything's dry farming. All AOC vines in France is dry farming. There's no such thing as drip. Now, some people do it in very difficult areas, not supposed to. But, I mean, not Burgundy is all dry farm. I mean, I've seen in the Rhone where people have some black hoses where they have a parcel that's especially prone to drought, and they'll do some drip. But no, everything is dry farm. And I think one of the things, this is a good question, you know, we talk about this idea of terroir, or the character. I like the word better, is the character of the place, the character of the vineyard, the character of the area. And within that context, we have this geodesic dome of the growing season. And to me, if you water, and, you know, I've heard about, oh, you can get these programs to make the perfect frickin' Parker 100 wines, 100-point wine. You do the canopy management this way, depending on the weather and the water at this point. And I go, the wines all taste the same. Where's nature involved? This is about grape growing. This is not about, you know, a laboratory. And I get really, obviously, I get very incensed with that. To me, what makes Burgundy so wonderful and wine so wonderful is the fact it's not the same every year. Now, that's a terrible product. That's a terrible marketing problem, because if you have a big business, you want it to taste the same every single year, so you don't have to read it. So the poor consumer is knowing they're getting the same thing every single year, and I understand that, but that's not what we're doing. That's not what great wine's about. And people go, oh, I just want to buy the best vintage. Well, you know, sometimes the lesser vintage is what you really want to drink, because it's a juicier, it's fruitier, it's more accessible, and that's what a given growing year does. And it also is what makes winemaking a challenge and fun, because each year that we have a new set of rules, a new set of constraints that we're dealing with. And that's where you see who are the best farmers and winemakers in years that are difficult. You can tell you hit a hot button on that one.